Welcome to Shotgun Passion with Travis Mears. This isn't just another shotgun lineup, it's the benchmark. Where high performance isn't an option, it's the minimum requirement. This is the Fabarm RS lineup. To become one of Fabarm's extreme performance RS models, a shotgun has to incorporate every performance feature possible. It's a really high bar, but that's what Fabarm does best. Their entire philosophy is built around consistent improvement. They listen to shooters, refine every detail, and move forward faster. Currently, there are 4 core models in the RS lineup, 4 of my favorite Fabarms on this table. We're going to start with the Infinite RS. This is a dedicated sporting clays side-by-side that's unlike anything else on the market. The next is going to be the Fabarm L4S RS, a multi-discipline semi-auto built to shoot trap, skeet, sporting clays, and all the same gun thanks to its incredible versatility. One of my favorites, the Elos N2 RS Sporting, a dedicated sporting clays over and under that punches well above its weight class and can go round per round with any gun on the market. And last but not least, this one's got the most pieces, the Elos N2 RS Trap, a dedicated trap shooting monster that has all the adjustability and features any trap shooter needs to win championships from the 16-yard line, or I've even shot it from the 27, and this thing is deadly. This one's got the 2-barrel, we got the unsingle, all the fun stuff with this one. Here in the US, Fabarm has really started to make a name for itself in the clay target competition world over the past decade. A big part of that comes down to their ability to listen to shooters, to take real feedback, and actually apply it. Every new model is an improvement on the last, and the RS line is proof of where the mindset leads. If you're not familiar with Fabarm, here's a bit of the background. The story goes back more than 100 years to the late 1800s in Brescia, Italy, a region long known for producing some of the finest firearms in the world. That's where the Gillespie family built their reputation as skilled gunsmiths. As their work grew, so did their ambition. They moved into full-scale firearm manufacturing under a new name, Fabarm, short for Arms Manufacturer in Brescia. Fast forward to today, and Fabarm operates a modern, state-of-the-art factory in Italy, staffed with experienced craftsmen and engineers who are building some of the most compelling shotguns in the market today. But the question remains, where does Fabarm fit in the American competition shotgun world? The answer is right in the sweet spot. Mid-tier price, high performance. You're not paying for gold inlays or any exhibition grade wood. You're paying for engineered craftsmanship and performance that rivals guns twice its price. In short, Fabarm delivers the best bang for your buck in the competition gun of any price point. Its attainable performance really helps the brand make a name for itself in the competition market. Now let's get into the RS lineup and break it down. All of the 4 guns that we're going to be talking about today have similar performance features. So rather than repeat ourselves as we go through, let's cover the high performance features these guns all have in common. One of the first things that you might notice is the overall look and design. All 4 of these guns have matte black receivers, blue aesthetics. All of them have the cool Fabarm coloring somewhere on the receiver, which actually matches my shirt, which is cool. Very similar wood grades all the way through these 4 guns. You'll notice that these 3 on the rack have the black on the cone where the Infinite doesn't. The thing that stands out to me is the finish and the engraving and kind of the colorations of these is a very modern and sleek look, you know, similar to a race car, man. You got to look good when you're out there racing. These guns shoot just as well as they look. All 4 of these guns have the tri-bore HP barrels. The whole barrel acts as a forcing cone, gradually tapering as the shot passes down the barrel. Think of it like squeezing the end of a hose. It speeds up the shot so it puts more energy downrange, reduces recoil on the shooter, and prevents deformation of the pellets as they exit the barrel headed towards target. So the entire RS lineup has the famous Fabarm Exis HP competition chokes. Some of these come with 5, others with 4, but what's really cool about these chokes is they're made out of the same metal as the barrel. So as the shot is fired and everything starts flexing, it allows the choke to flex with it, which prevents shot deformation and provides better patterns downrange. The next feature on the RS lineup is the adjustable cone. The adjustable comb is an awesome tool. It allows us to fit the gun if it doesn't fit you off the shelf. This comb will go up, it'll go down until it bottoms out, and then also left and right. And so what I find as I'm helping people pick their first gun or 10th gun, oftentimes right off the shelf with good fundamentals, the thing will fit perfect. But if it doesn't, then we have the ability to adjust. Now, if I lose 20 pounds or gain 40 pounds, this gives me the ability to refit my gun so that my point of impact stays the same. It's a great tool for the competitive gun. Next is the butt pad. The butt pad, Fabarm made this really easy on us. We can shorten our length of pull, or we can lengthen our length of pull, depending if I'm shorter or taller or whatever the case might be. The gun's gonna come with a 22 millimeter pad, and it's a soft pad I might add. But if I need to shorten this, I can just go on Fabarm's website or go to my local dealer and get a 12 millimeter, no fitting, grinding, any of that has to happen. We're just gonna take 2 screws out and put the new one on, or I can lengthen it the same way with a 27 millimeter pad. So awesome feature. You don't see this very often, but the ability to just order a pad and slap it on and not have to call a gunsmith to adjust, that's a pretty cool feature the entire RS lineup has. Now let's talk about some of the specific features that differentiate on the RS models. So we're going to start with the L4S Allsport RS. This is a semi-automatic, super versatile gun. First and foremost, from a guy that shoots an auto pretty often, I love this stainless steel piston. This is made for the target loads and makes the action super fast and incredibly easy to clean. I've got the same gas piston on my trick show gun, and I shoot a lot of rounds in a little time and gets really dirty, but all I use is a little oil and a rag and I'm back in business. Next on the L4S is the rib system. So this gun comes with 2 ribs. You've got a 65-35 and a 50-50. What those numbers refer to is point of impact. So when I shoot a pattern board, 50-50 would be half my pattern above my aiming point and 50 below, and same for 65 above and 35 below. Now where this comes in is when we're changing games. So for example, most of my sporting guys and my skeet guys are gonna like to shoot the 50-50 point of impact, and some of your trap shooters will like to have a higher point of impact so they can swap out the rib with the 65-35. Next would be raising the rib, and the Monte Carlo helps with more heads-up shooting. And so when we have the higher rib, you can choose to raise the comb, allowing us to keep our head more upright when we shoot. The L4S 4N assembly system has no wiggle issues. I've barely got it on right now, but a couple more cranks and this thing tightens right down, which is really cool because when we're in the cage and getting ready to fire, having any kind of rattles or wiggles in the gun can obviously be distracting. But this anchors down. One of the cool things that took me a while to figure out is the holes here on the 4N cap. There's this nifty tool in the box, your choke wrench, and it's got a little rod on it that we stick right in here and it clamps it down. Not always necessary, just hand tightening is perfect, but we've got that tool in the box if you need it. So a couple of things that we can add to our L4S to improve or change the feel of it is the weight system. The L4S weight system can be added as needed to change the swinging dynamics and customize the weight of the shotgun. The other is a kinetic recoil reducer. The kinetic recoil reducer can be added in the buttstock. Recoil reducer can be added and then we reapply our pad. And so what that would be used for is, again, we could add weight. Okay, if we add weight on the front, we can add weight on the back, but also it's a great tool for reducing recoil. Now, one of my favorite guns in the RS lineup is the Infinite. The Infinite is a side-by-side, as you can see. One of the cool things about this one is it's made for the competition sporting clay shooter. Myself, I've shot it in several tournaments in the side-by-side events, and it's just incredibly fun. I also did a video recently on this one, which goes into more depth on the Infinite, and so check that out. So what you'll notice right off the bat is the raised rib. The raised rib allows for us to not have that swamp rib feel on most side-by-sides. And what's really cool is it's kind of cheating in my opinion. It makes it feel like an over and under. And so as a competitor, picking up my over and under, shooting, going to this gun, it's not much of a difference when it comes to the way it looks down the plane. So super awesome. Now this rib is aluminum, okay? And so it's got a pin where it can be taken out, which helps to maintain the balance of the gun. If this would have been a soldered rib, it would have been much more heavy, and also it would have been a different feel for the gun, much heavier on the front end. As a competitor, I think this gun's super awesome for any of your side events. I enjoy shooting, you know, at the US Open and the Nationals, always the side-by-side events, and it's just another opportunity to break some targets. The Infinite comes in 32-inch barrels and points like a dream. What makes this gun really awesome is the 4-lug locking system for extreme strength. I describe it as closing like a bank vault. This is going to add to the longevity of the gun. It'll also handle any of our competitive or heavy loads. Helps with the barrels don't jot left or right when we shoot, but overall it's just going to improve the longevity and just shows how Fabarm never skips a step to make something better. So for the sporting, one of my favorite guns in the lineup is the Elos N2 RS Sporting. This gun's got a sporting rib going from a 10mm tapering down to an 8mm. It's got a flat profile stock with the adjustable comb, giving us the ability to change fit and feel. But one of my favorite things about this is the stock dimensions are just perfect. They're really, really good. A good palm swell in this gun. This helps balance the gun out. It helps with felt recoil, and it helps with fitting most anybody to this gun. I've had great success with people just picking this up and being natural and comfortable with it. This gun comes in a 30-inch or a 32-inch, all 12 gauge. It's got the black satin receiver forged out of steel and the inertia triggers. The inertia triggers break right at 3.5 pounds, which is perfect for the competition world. And also it gives us the ability to adjust the trigger length so we can slide this trigger forward and back depending on your reach towards the trigger. And so a lot of adjustability in this gun, but most importantly, I think it's important to just note how good this thing shoots. And at the price point, I don't think there's a better gun on the market for just going out and pounding clay targets. Next up is the Elos N2 RS Trap. This gun is a trap shooting full. Recently did a video with this gun, so go check that out. I haven't shot trap in years, and stepped out there on the field and was pounding 16 yards, went all the way back to 27. I don't think I missed one, and I thought about taking up trap, but then I woke up. But either way, nothing against the trap shooters, just not my game, but I love it. This gun's super cool. You're seeing it with the 2-barrel right now. This also comes with the unsingle, okay? Rib on this going from 13mm on down to 11 with adjustability from 50-50 point of impact all the way to 100% point of impact. And so that's going to be easily done by just twisting this wheel here on the end. Every 2 turns of the wheel is about a 5% increase in pattern point of impact, which is really cool. The over and under is a 32-inch barrel. The unsingle is a 34. Every feature that a trap shooter could ever want is on here. You know, trap shooters, even more so than our sporting shooters, like to tinker, okay? And we like toys. And this gun's got all the tinkering. It's also is just like super straightforward. If you wanted to take up trap tomorrow, I am very confident you could pick up this gun and be incredibly competitive day one. You got adjustability in the stock, you got adjustability in the rib, you got the 2-barrel, the 1-barrel, all the things you might need to be a good trap shooter. It made me good. Just go watch the video and see me pounding some targets after not shooting trap for many, many years. So the Elos N2 RS is a really great trap gun. If I was gonna buy a trap gun, this would be the one. As a competitor and as a dealer, what sets Fabarm apart from the rest of the market is the incredible customer support. Having a great office in Cambridge, Maryland makes them incredibly available. So if I ever had problems with my gun, I just pick up the phone. When you call, you can talk to a gunsmith, which is incredibly knowledgeable and can walk you through. But let's say you got to ship one back, send it back. The return on these guns, if there is something that needs to be fixed, is incredibly fast. And that goes a long way for me as a competitor that needs to shoot the next tournament, but also as a dealer when I'm really trying to take care of my folks. Getting the gun sent back and returned in a timely manner is incredibly important. But if you travel to some of the major tournaments, for example, we just shot a big sporting tournament last weekend. They had the gunsmiths there working on guns and doing services and really taking care of folks. And so always readily available at the major tournaments. Take your gun in there, talk to the gunsmiths, check out whatever's new. And it's really cool to have a gun manufacturer that supports the customer after the sale. And they're very consistent at doing that. And so as a shooter and as a dealer, that's incredibly important to me to keep me out there breaking targets. When it comes to warranty, Fabarm's got a 5-year manufacturer warranty here in the US by the company who actually stands behind their product. So if you ever have any issues, 5 years. When you get your new gun, make sure you fill out the warranty form, send it in, and Fabarm's going to be standing behind this shotgun for years to come. If you're looking for a performance-driven, value-packed shotgun, I urge you to look at the Fabarm RS lineup. There's a gun for everybody in this lineup, whether you're shooting skeet, trap, sporting clays, or you want to play around with the side-by-side. There's something here for everybody. Go to a range, find somebody that's got one that you can try and feel the power and performance of the RS. You can also find more details at fabarmusa.com. And if you found this video helpful in any way, please drop a comment below. Let us know which your favorite gun is. Even if you haven't shot one, which one looks the best? Which one you think shoots the best? And if you've enjoyed our videos, please hit the subscribe button below and join us for videos to follow. But most importantly, hope everybody has fun on the range, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one.